Hey guys, thank you very much for joining again. I say the same thing all the times, but I really thank you for joining and for visiting my YouTube channel and watching my videos and following me on TikTok and Instagram and like everywhere because it's why I do this. Of course I like it. Otherwise I would not be doing it. But it's also about like sharing some info and some knowledge and some help. So I'm happy that you appreciate it and that you follow me everywhere. Today's topic, I actually didn't mention it on Facebook. I can see today's topic will be the other type of visa. So let's jump right into it. But maybe thank you for joining, Jaren, Arun, Gio, Johnny. Thank you very much. Let's see who's on YouTube. I cannot see the people. Okay, so that's fine. So guys, thank you very much for joining, all of you, and let's go into the topic. Then if you have some questions, Rovena Casino. Hi Jan, I finally saw the dog last time. Thanks. Yeah, thank you as well. I'm happy I could show him. He was sitting here with me, so I'm happy you finally got the chance. So of course, guys, ask me questions if you have any questions. Magda, hello, hi, nice to see you. So ask the questions, but I will first go through the topic, which is the other purpose of stay or other type of visa, and then I'll be happy to answer all the questions you ask here. Mohammed, hello, Jan. Hi, Mohammed. Nice to see you. Roslyn, thank you for joining, Roslyn. It's been some time since we saw each other last time. So thank you. Okay, and let's go for it. So what it is, the other type of visa or the other purpose of stay? Generally, if you want to move to the Czech Republic, then any type of visa you're applying for, if you are a non-EU citizen, must always have some official purpose of stay. So like employment, business, studies, family reunification, things like that. You cannot just move to the Czech Republic because you like it here. There is nothing like a digital nomad visa. There is nothing like I just want to live in the Czech Republic type of visa. I have enough money. I want to live in the Czech Republic type of visa. Nothing like that. You always must have some official purpose of stay. But if you don't fall into any other category, like any of the official categories like employment, business, studies, family reunification, you can apply for so-called other purpose of stay, which means basically that you need to convince the ministry that your reason for staying in the Czech Republic and reason for getting the visa is good enough. And what it means, by the way, Sandeep, hi, nice to see you. Thank you for joining. So what it means to prove that your reason of stay in the Czech Republic is good enough. We've practically used it in two different scenarios. First, used to be retired Americans, people who just had enough money, but they didn't need to run business, be employed or study or anything like that. So we always wrote some like a touchy letter explaining why they want to live in the Czech Republic long term, and we submitted the proof of income from the Social Security, the pension, all this, and there was no problem with approving the visa. But that changed couple years ago. So basically, for retired people, if they just want to like 100% retire here, there is no option like that. Czech Republic doesn't offer anything like that. Czech Republic doesn't offer any kind of strange types of visa. So any type of investment visa, like that you just buy a property here and then you automatically get a residence permit, as it is in Spain, for example. Then nothing like that is in the Czech Republic. So you always must have some official active purpose of stay. So retirement. Okay, I'm now stuck on. Okay, I'm back on Facebook. Okay, so I believe they still have it in Spain, that you can just buy a property above some limit and then you automatically get a residence permit. In the Czech Republic, it doesn't work like that. There is nothing like this type of investment visa. If you want to apply for investment visa, that's possible in the Czech Republic as well, but you need to like make a significant investment, which would be like 60 million crowns or something like that. So and hire some amount of employees. So it's nothing for just someone who wants to move here alone or with a family. But the other way, or what other example we use it for, and it's still possible, the other type of visa is if you want to study a program which is not accredited by the Czech Ministry of Education. Because if the program is accredited, then you can apply for a student visa, which brings you plenty of benefits. It's easy to get. You have a free access to the labor market, so you can work freely as you wish. All this. You can get the job seeker visa afterwards. There are many advantages, but for that, the program must be accredited. If you want to study a program which is not accredited, it's either foreign university in the Czech Republic or even Czech university, but just the program is not accredited. And often it also applies to language classes. If you want to study Czech language, for example, or maybe even other languages in the Czech Republic, then you can apply for the other purpose of stay. And it still works because it's an active purpose of stay. You will be going to school every day, and there is some institution which is established in the Czech Republic behind you. So it's not like you're just saying that you will be doing something, but you need to get enrolled into the language classes or into the university. You need to pay the tuition, all this. So for the government of the Czech Republic, it's good enough proof, and they usually approve visas like this. So this is it. In theory, you can use the other purpose of stay for any other reason. What I've seen in real life was, for example, a couple, both non-EU citizens, but they were not married. They were just dating each other. So in that case, they cannot apply for a family reunification because they are not married. Family reunification only applies to married couples. They could not apply for the partnership visa because that's only if one of you is an EU citizen. So they were both non-EU and just dating. And they anyway tried. One of them got a job and the employee card, and the other joined as a partner under the other purpose of stay. And it worked. I've seen it work in 2 times. So that might be an option. And then you can always try. If you have some other purpose of stay, which other reason to stay in the Czech Republic, you can use this type of visa or this type of purpose of stay, but no one can ever guarantee that you will get it approved. This is maybe one of the questions people ask us often. Can you guarantee that I will get the visa, or what is the percentage of getting the visa? Well, there is no guarantee, and if someone guarantees you something, that's usually a fraud, or they are new in the business and they have no idea what they're doing. Because no one can guarantee you that you will get a visa, because the Czech Republic, there is no legal right for a foreigner to get a Czech Republic visa. If the Czech Republic decides to deny your visa because they don't like the shoes you're wearing, they can do that, because there is no legal right. You cannot take them to court or anywhere. Thank you very much for the likes, whoever is sending them. Thank you. Mohammed, I guess. Thank you very much. So unfortunately, if someone promises you that 100% you will get a visa, I would not really believe them, because never it's 100%. It can be very close, and especially for some type of visas like the employee card, blue card. If you follow the rules, most likely, or family reunification, if you follow the rules, submit all the documents, then most likely we'll get the visa approved, but it's never certain. It's never 100%. Oh man, Mohammed, you're sending so many hearts and likes and everything. Thank you very much. If you want it, you can join my Patreon, and then we can be in in a private WhatsApp group, and you can ask me questions there and send me hearts there as well. Yeah. So what I was saying was that what I was saying, yeah, that you basically just need to convince the ministry. Was it what I was saying? I don't know. It's already too late, guys. Sorry for for this very strange live stream. I don't know what I was talking about. Then I got distracted by Mohammed. But anyway, it's just that you need to somehow convince the ministry that your reason of staying in the Czech Republic is good enough. And that can be pretty complicated. Yeah, I was talking about if someone promises you that you will for sure get a visa. So it's never for sure. And especially for this like other type of visa, it's just it often depends on the mood of the officer who will be making the decision, because some and like their experience and their personality. Because if you, for example, say that you want to come here to like take photos for your book, because you are making a book for like about like I don't know, like a photo book or something, and you need to be in the Czech Republic for longer than 3 months, because you need to go to all the forests and when they are changing the colors and all this. uh, if the decision maker is someone who loves nature, they might approve the visa and they will say, okay, that's a good, or photography, okay, that's a good purpose of stay. It's a nice thing to do. So yeah, let's approve the visa. But if there is someone who like doesn't care about nature or doesn't care about photography, they will say, hey, and what, like whatever, we don't need people like you here. So it often also depends on the mood of the officer who's making the decision. So for the other purpose, it's very difficult to promise anything, but especially if you go through some language classes or some non-accredited courses, but of some schools that are stable and long term and established in the Czech Republic on the market, then it should be all right. So guys, that's officially it. This topic is pretty simple. So if you have any questions, now's the time. Okay, how many times, Mohammed has a question. How many times need to wait for fingerprints and collecting residence permit card? Well, it's a good question. Generally, if you're in the Czech Republic and you applied for something in the Czech Republic, like long-term residence permit or its extension or permanent residence permit, and it was approved, then you need to go to the biometrics. And for some branches in Prague, the waiting time for biometrics can be 2-3 months, for example, now at this moment. I know that we were booking some appointments in February, and they were booking it for the end of April or beginning of May. So often in Prague, you might need to wait for like 2-3 months to get the biometrics appointment. In some other cities outside of Prague, it might be slightly less. They're usually not that busy. And it can be completely different if you applied, for example, for the employee card or blue card through an embassy. Because for people like that, if you got the blue card or employee card or something approved by the embassy, and you came to the Czech Republic under the 60 days visa, the one that allows you to finish the process here, then you can request an urgent appointment. So you need to call the ministry and say, hey, I've just arrived, I only have 60 days, I need to get the biometrics done ASAP. And they usually get back to you within like 1, 2, 3 days, and they will offer you an appointment for tomorrow, for example. Okay, so but that only applies in case that you applied through the embassy, because the embassy, if you applied through an embassy and you're coming for the first time, the embassy usually gives you only like the 60 days visa, which is one entry visa. So if you leave because the visa, for example, expired, you cannot come back because it's just one entry visa. So in that case, the ministry understands that you need to get an appointment faster than in 3 months, and they are able to do that. But if you applied in the Czech Republic, there's usually no way to like shorten the period. So sometimes can be 2-3 months. In some cases, it's way shorter. Depends on the ministry and the location. And once you give the biometrics, once you give the fingerprints and photos and everything, then it usually takes 2-3 weeks to get the actual card. But they will tell you the exact date when you're doing the biometrics. So you will be doing the biometrics and they will ask you, okay, when can you come for the card? The earliest appointment we have is for like 2-3 weeks from now. So you actually agree on the pickup date on the date when you're doing the biometrics. And I have the dog here again, but he's on the ground, so I cannot show you now. But he's super cute. Okay, hopefully, Mohammed, this was good enough answer for you. Guys, if you have any more questions, let me know. Thank you for the heart. Yeah, actually, one more thing. If you join my Patreon, I don't know if you know what Patreon is or not. It's a platform where mainly musicians and content creators create special content for their followers who pay like some monthly fee. And I'm there as well, and I already have a couple followers there, which is great. Couple supporters, for example, Sandeep, who is watching me on YouTube right now. So thank you for that. So I'm doing special things which I only do for patrons. I don't do it for anyone else. So, for example, this coming Sunday, I haven't posted that yet, but I will be posting it today or tomorrow. On this coming Sunday, I will be doing a private live stream or private like talk with my patrons. So you will be able to join me. If you join the platform, you will be able to join this Google Meets, and we'll be able to see each other and discuss things. So if you have any questions, you will be able to ask me directly, and I will be able to directly answer, because now it's good, but you need to type, and it's like slow, and it's not like a real conversation. It's good. I like it, but Zoom or platforms like that are way better because you see each other and I can react. Say is saying that yeah, I'll definitely join. Thank you very much. Let me maybe share the link here right away. I'll do it right away so we can have it here. Oh, so I'm sending it here into the chat. So I will be doing this. I do this every month for my patrons. So it's patrons only Q&As, and you can ask whatever you want. And there is also one package, one monthly fee, which gets you access to my private WhatsApp number and to a private WhatsApp group where we can discuss everything related to immigration. I can give you any type of advice, basically 24/7. Of course, if I'm sleeping, then I will not reply, but I will reply first thing in the morning. So it's also an advantage of one of the packages on my Patreon. So let me see if I can write something here as well, because I've done already like 100 videos on YouTube, but I'm still kind of new to all the things. Patreon.com/Jan Kalina. Okay, so it should be this. I don't know if you can click on it, guys, or not. But this is Patreon. Check it. It's a good platform. You might find many of your like favorite bands there, or new bands, and like, or different creators and different like comedians and like podcasters. So there are plenty of interesting people. So I decided to join as well, and I'm happy that people are becoming my supporters there, because it's a really good feeling that someone is supporting the work you're doing, and also that you're giving something back. So thank you very much, guys, for being there. And of course, I'm still accepting questions. Because this official part was like 10 minutes, which is the fastest one I've done, I believe. But now 8 minutes, I'm just talking about nothing and answering like one or two of your questions. Guys, anyone watching Slavia Prague playing with Turkish Fenerbahce? Could anyone tell me like what's the score? If not, doesn't matter. But yeah, please feel free to ask questions. Thank you, Mary. Thank you very much for the likes and hearts and everything. So yeah. Guys, okay. If you have some more questions, feel free to ask now. If you don't, I will be finishing the call, and I don't know what I'll be doing. I'll reply some emails, probably. Okay, so let me give you like 30 more seconds. I will. Okay. Sai has a question. Is it compulsory to translate every document for D visa? Generally, yes. Generally, all the documents you submit for any type of visa application, like long-term visa application or long-term residence permit, they need to be originals or notarized copies. So not like scans, not simple copies, nothing like that. Originals or notarized copies. All of them must be in Czech or officially translated into Czech. I know that in some cases, for example, student visas and the proof of funds, for example, your bank statement, sometimes the ministry accepts that in English, but I would not risk it. Officially, all the documents you submit must be in Czech or officially translated into Czech. So yeah. Mohammed, is there any requirement to enter the country? Well, yeah. If you're an EU citizen, you can enter the country like without any limitations as much as you want. You can travel as much as you want. If you're a non-EU citizen, then it depends on the country of your origin, because if you're from some countries, then you can enter for up to 90 days without any visa required. That applies, for example, to Americans, Australians, Canadians, Mexicans, like 50, I guess 40, 50 nationalities who can come here without the visa for up to 90 days. But most of other nationalities, if you want to enter even for one day, you want to watch a football match or like a concert or whatever, you will need a visa to even entry for one day. So depends on your nationality. Rovena, I hope no one would ask similar question. How are you guys affected by the Ukrainian crisis? I honestly don't know what to like say about that. You know, it's like I'm not there. I don't know anyone who's there. I have no idea what's going on there. I don't know like why that all happened. So I will not be probably commenting on that. Like nothing from the visa perspective, no effects here unless you're Russian or Ukrainian. Then obviously it could have some effects on the visa processing. But any other nationalities, there is no change because of that. So I don't think it matters at all. COVID restrictions I'm talking. Okay, yeah, sorry. This is a good question. Actually, I don't really know because officially on the 9th of February, the Czech Republic kind of forgot about COVID. We still need to wear the respirators. But even unvaccinated people can go everywhere, to all the restaurants, shops, and everything. So it's kind of like more free now. And I know that if you want to enter, if you have the 90 days visa-free stay, want to enter, if you have 3 jabs already, then you don't need to do even a PCR test. If you have less than 3, then you need to do like a PCR test before you leave. And then we have a quarantine of 5 days, but that's only if you already have COVID. Then you just self-quarantine for 5 days, and then you can do whatever you want anyway. So I would still recommend checking the website of the Ministry of the Interior or the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, where they share the newest regulations. But for me, I already like don't follow that because most of the restrictions have been lifted. Okay, guys, some more questions. If not, then I'll be finishing the live stream. Yeah, it's been a difficult week, and it's I don't know where you're watching me from. Rovena from the US, I believe. Then the rest of you, some of you, Mary, of course, in the Czech Republic. But the rest, I'm not sure. But it's 10:30 here almost at night, so my brain is a bit slower right now, I would say. So yeah, let's say last 30 seconds, last one question, and if no one has a question, then I'll be going. Yeah, guys, so thank you very much for joining. I can see that there are now more and more people on YouTube, which is great, and thank you for that. Because I'm doing pretty well on Facebook. I usually have like 10, 11, 12 people watching, which is good for me. I'm happy for that. On YouTube, it's usually like 1 or 2, and now it's even more people on Facebook. So I'm happy for that. So if a student wants to start business in the Czech Republic, is it possible, or any other information can I get? Yeah, that's a good question, and it's totally possible. Whatever type of visa you have, I mean long-term type of visa or long-term residence permit, let's say if it's longer than 90 days, then you can always start a business as a freelancer. You can get a trade license, and you can freelance as a side thing to your main purpose of stay. So if you're a student, if you're here under a student visa, then you can get trade license and you can freelance as a side activity to your studies. But you need to primarily study, and then if you manage to run business on the side, that's fine. If you have an employee card, for example, and you keep your employment and you want to run a business on the side, that's fine. The same for family reunification. Only if you wanted to, if you're a student, for example, and you started business and then you wanted to switch completely to the business purpose of stay, that you didn't want to study anymore and you just wanted to run your own business, then that would be complicated because you can only do it after 5 years of being here. So if you wanted to change the purpose of your stay, that would be a bit more complicated. But if you just want to have the business as a side activity, then it's definitely possible, and it's actually pretty simple to do. Istanbul, Turkey, Mohammed, thank you very much. So greetings to Istanbul. And yeah, you should know about the football match between Slavia and Fenerbahce. So how come you don't know the score? Hirash Sharma, is it possible to get parents in the Czech Republic permanently? If yes, what's the time limit? Unfortunately, if you say parents, then it's not possible. Officially, there is an age limit of 65 years old, I believe. So if your parent is older than 65 years, then you can bring them here under like the family reunification for long term. But they need to be solitary. That means that you need to have only like one parent alive. Otherwise, you cannot really do that. If you have both parents alive, they live in the country of their origin, they are not physically dependent on you, then it's very difficult to get them here. In theory, it's possible, but it's very difficult. Officially, the law says that they need to be solitary living above some age limit and or completely dependent on you, meaning physically that they cannot move and you need to take care of them every day, all day. But that's probably never the case because you are here, they're there. So obviously they don't need the attention every day. But maybe if their health worsens, then it might be a reason to apply for the family reunification visa. But for getting parents here, it's very, very difficult, unfortunately. Emmanuel Quentin Coffee, want to ask a question. My wife got her visa to come to Czech, and I want to know if it's possible to get biometric done on our first time visit to the MOI in Prague. Well, did she get a visa approved or a residence permit? And if residence permit, what type, Emmanuel? Because the thing is that if she got a visa, she will not be doing biometrics. She will just go to either to the Ministry of the Interior to register her visa, or to the foreign police. She needs to do it within 3 business days after arrival. But then that's it basically, because she has the visa sticker in her passport and she doesn't need to do anything else. If she got family reunification residence permit, okay, then she also needs to go, she needs to do 2 things. First is to register either with the foreign police or with the Ministry of the Interior, depending, but she needs to register somewhere, either foreign police or the Ministry of the Interior. And she also has to do the biometrics. So what we usually try to do is to call the ministry and arrange the appointment for biometrics and registration at the same time. But sometimes it's not possible because as I was saying previously, sometimes you need to wait for the biometrics appointment for a couple of weeks, for example, a couple of months. Usually not in such cases when you came through an embassy, but sometimes it can take more than 3 business days. So in that case, you would need to go either separately to the Ministry of the Interior or to the foreign police just to get registered, her arrival. And then whenever the biometric appointment is, then go for the biometrics. So I would definitely recommend calling the ministry and telling them, hey, I need to do a registration and biometrics for my wife. And they will either tell you, okay, you can do it all at the same time, this and this date, or they will tell you, okay, the earliest biometrics date is like 2 weeks from now, in which case you would need to go to the foreign police and register her separately. Hope it makes sense. Mary, what's the age limit of children for family reunification here? Generally, like obviously the lower limit is 0, when they are born, they can reunite with you. Dirash, my pleasure. The upper limit, officially 18 or until they are dependent, which means that they study. Basically, it means that they study. So if they're 18 but they start at a university, then they can, and they keep studying. In theory, they can be under the family reunification visa until they reach 26. When they reach 26, even if they wanted to continue studies, then they would stop being dependent and they could not renew the family reunification residence permit. But until 26, they can, if they are still dependent, meaning primarily that they keep studying continuously, that there are no gaps in between their studies. So if they start here, if they came here, I don't know, they're 15, they start studying in a high school in the Czech Republic, and then when they're 18, they go to university and continuously study, then they can keep renewing the family reunification up till 26. But if not, if they don't want to study, then the age limit is 18 for kids for family reunification. Okay, so that was the last question, because it's already again 31 minutes. I was done with the official topic after 10 minutes, and another 20 minutes I'm just talking with you guys. So thank you for joining. Guys, please also join my Patreon if you have the chance. You can get some exclusive content there and support my work. And see you again on Monday. Thanks a lot, Marie. Thank you as well. Thank you for joining. Emmanuel, please do you have a contact to call for MOI? I don't have like a contact person because there is the official info line. But let me check real quick the ministry website, and I will tell you. They were changing the name not that long ago, and I don't remember that. Okay, so I'll share it. I'll share it here in the chat. Okay, so just a second. So 974 801 801. This is the info line of the Ministry of the Interior. This is where you need to call and book the appointment. They just only speak Czech. So if you don't speak Czech, you need to have a Czech speaker with you. Okay, guys, thank you very much. Again, okay, there is one more question. Okay, Gabriel, Gabanathong, hopefully pronounced it correctly. Hayan, how do I go about with the process of giving powers of attorney when I want you guys to assist with follow-up, as I already applied for visa? I'm outside the country. Where there are two, or how we usually do it is that you send us a scan of your passport. We prepare the power of attorney based on that, because we need some information from the passport, like your full name, date of birth, passport number. Then we send it to you. You will print it, sign it, and then the optimal way would be you physically mail in the power of attorney to the Czech Republic, and yeah, that would be the official best way. But in many cases, because people at the ministry already know us, we go there like almost every day, and we've been doing it for 11, 12 years now, so they know us very well. So they often will accept also just a scanned or printed power of attorney. So we usually do it this way, that we send it to you, you print it, you sign it, you scan it back to us, we print it here, and we try this way. But if it doesn't work, then you would need to ship the physical copy or the physical document. For most cases, it works with the scan, but in some cases, especially if you want us, for example, to pick up some letter or something like that, then they would need the physical signature and everything. But if you just want to get information about the status of your application, the scanned one should be okay. So get in touch. We'll be happy to help with that. Any COVID process to enter Czech? Honestly, I don't know. I was talking about that a bit earlier. I stopped following the rules because it's been enough for me. So I would recommend checking the website of the Ministry of the Interior or the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Both the websites are a bit different, but both have very good explanation of the rules. So if you go to the Ministry of the Interior website or to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, you will find all the rules there, and they're updated. even if I tell you something now, if I didn't read it earlier today, it might be already outdated because they changed the rules pretty frequently as well. So definitely Ministry of the Interior or the Ministry of Foreign Affairs websites. Okay, guys, that's it. That's it for now. Thank you for joining. It was my pleasure talking with you and serving you. And join me again on Monday. And of course, guys, if you join my Patreon, then you will have the opportunity to speak with me one to one on Sunday, because I will be doing patrons only live stream where we can chat like face to face on my Patreon. So it's in both chats here on Facebook, and it's also here on YouTube. So check my Patreon if you like what I do there, and if you want to get the exclusive benefits, then join me and I'll be happy to see you on Sunday. Otherwise, see you here on Monday. So Rovena, thank you. Take care, you too. And Joman Garcia Balaktas, Grace Dando, it's your turn to shine. Okay, Grace. Grace is not here. That's so pity. I'm so sad. Okay, guys, thank you very much. Lovely seeing you, and see you either Sunday if you join my Patreon, or Monday back here. Bye bye.